want to bring out the candidate who will do just that. Let's bring out our next mayor, Charlie Cradaville.
Keep it going for Amber, everybody. The best campaign manager anybody can ask for. Oh my goodness, so great to be back here at the Alpha Art Gallery with all of you beautiful people. This was really a lovely night. I feel like, first and foremost, we got to thank all the performers who opened up to us and shared, just their amazing talents and their amazing thoughts and words with us. So let's start with my buddy Al Valeri. Thank you, Al. Also, give it up for M.I., spoken word poet. Nuran and her lovely voice. And Waz T, thank you very much for being with us, all of you, and sharing your gift. Also want to say big thank you to Amber, April, Nick, and all the volunteers who came out to make this event a success. The campaign is only working because of all of you. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this all possible. It's a team effort, truly a team effort. And most of all, I want to thank each and every one of you who came out tonight, contributed to the fundraising effort, and helped us pass. This week we passed $20,000 for this campaign. And we've got just over 5 weeks left. So this is when things are really going to heat up. This is when it's our time to shine, and it's our time to decide whether we win or lose. So I want to tell you, just since not everybody's been a part of every event we've done, just some of the things we've done in the past month since our last fundraiser. So we rallied for a safer city, and we rallied for affordable housing. On Labor Day, we honored the sacrifice of the city workers who serve us day in, day out, and stood with the sanitation workers who've been mistreated by the current administration. And I'm pleased to report that as a result of our work on that issue, there are now 2 different state agencies investigating the claims of child labor and illegal disposal of medical waste that we raised on Labor Day with those workers. Then we stood with the families who lost loved ones in the September 13th, 2020 mass shooting. And this was a very emotional, moving event that we put together 2 years to the day after that tragedy. And sadly, the mayor of the city had not spoke about it, had not talked to the families, had not been public about it, basically pretended it didn't happen. But we stepped up. We reached out to the families. I was able to know them from my work as a reporter and activist, and we put together an event where we honored the lives that were lost in their memory, and we demanded answers. And I'm pleased to say that 1 week later, we started to get some answers. So I want you all to know that what we're doing is working. Just this week, just a few days after I made a big speech about how Livingston Avenue doesn't have the bus shelters that NJ Transit promised they were going to deliver us and keep dragging their feet on, we got 8 new bus shelters this week. Just in time for the cold weather, people are going to have a safe place to wait for the bus now on Livingston Avenue, and that's because we kept pressuring the leaders. We didn't just complain to each other, we didn't just complain on social media, we took it to the people in power. And we said, this is your job, and you're letting us down. And so we can get things done from the outside. But I'm ready to step up and serve from the inside to get so much more done. But I gotta be honest, we will lose the election if we do not do door-to-door canvassing and hundreds, if not thousands of hours of phone calls. That's how we're gonna win. The reality is we're crushing it when it comes to having great rallies, giving great speeches, putting the pressure on the people in power and getting real results on the issues. But one thing that's really lacking is media. These days, even versus 4 years ago, there's so much less media attention. People are just not getting the news from the traditional mainstream sources, and they're not doing their job to cover this election. And the people in power, that gives them an advantage, right? There's going to be a candidates forum coming up. The mayor says he can't make it. He has a scheduling conflict.
No kidding. When did he ever?
And the reality is, even if that candidate forum was hugely awesome for me, there's probably going to be little or no coverage of it, and many people are not going to watch it or see it. What we need to do is we need to go to people's doors and talk to them one-on-one. And I'm going to try to hit as many doors as I can, but I can't hit every door. I need your help. And so whether you live in New Brunswick, whether you have voting rights, whether you've ever been involved in politics or government before or not, you can help change the outcome of this election. You can be the difference. Because the truth is, we're crushing it when it comes to fundraising. We're crushing it when it comes to rallies and getting people engaged on issues. But we're not winning the battle of grassroots, door-to-door work. And that's what we need to do. That's our advantage. Because at the end of the day, we're never going to have as much money as the political machine. Even if we have a fundraiser every night. The mayor just had his fundraiser yesterday. You know how much it cost to get in?
$5,000.
It was $250 per person. $250 per person for some cocktails and some hors d'oeuvres. And I would reckon he made more than we're going to make the entire campaign in one night. So what we need is people power. We need people to step up, step in, come out with us, and go door to door. We're blessed to have a great campaign manager. We're blessed to have some great people leading our canvas teams. I see John, I see Robert here, I see Charles here. We're gonna be able to prepare you to go door to door, but we need you to make the time. It's not something we can push off till 5-6 weeks from now. It'll be too late. And I want you to know, ballots are actually in the mail right now. So 10% of voters are going to be getting their ballot in the mail any day now. They could get it tomorrow. And if we don't reach them, then it's on us. We have the chance. I see a room full of wonderful people who can help us win this thing, but we need you to help give your time, way more than your money. It's great if you can make a donation. If you made a donation tonight, if you bought something in the wonderful auction, that's great. But the way we win is doing grassroots work, where we actually talk to voters directly instead of just talking to people who already agree with us. We need to reach people who don't know the differences between the candidates, who don't know what issues are at stake, and don't know the work that we've been doing. We've been doing a lot of great work, but because it's just not getting the attention on television or in the newspapers that once upon a time you would get. We need to actually do the hard work, roll up our sleeves, put in the time and go door to door. And that's how we're going to win this. So I'm asking all of you to join me at least one night a week. We all have busy schedules, we got families, we got jobs. you can find one day that you can come join me and the team, and I think you'll like it. It's a lot of fun. It's actually really empowering for those of you who've never done door-to-door work. It's really exciting to get to meet people right at their door and get to know a little bit about them and their lives, their house, their family, their pets, what matters to them, and then tell them why you cared so much to go right to their door. So that's what we can do. If for some reason you can't do door-to-door, we do have a great phone call program where you can make phone calls from wherever you're at. You just need a computer and a phone, and we can connect you directly to New Brunswick voters with a script. And actually, it's been going really well, I gotta say. It's been going really well. The only problem is we've only made 2% of the calls we need to make. The calls we're making are going great. People are saying, oh, really? Somebody's running against the 31-year incumbent? I'd like to hear more. So they're very receptive, and the numbers actually work, and they actually are New Brunswick voters, but we need the people to actually make the calls. We can't do it all ourselves. So I'm asking you, please, from the bottom of my heart, now is showtime, it's go time. We've got to get out in the streets and win this thing, and then we can accomplish so much more. So I thank all of you for being here tonight. This was a really, really lovely gathering. And we will have one more fundraiser before the end of this, but we need to focus our energy on what really matters, which is voter outreach and actually connecting with the people who are going to make this decision before it's too late. We don't want to lose by 10 votes and be, regretting it for the next 4 years. We want to win this thing. And so I'm counting on each of you to please help give your time, if you can, canvassing, and if you can't, making phone calls. You can see Amber afterwards. If you haven't already given us your contact information, please, when you do, just check that volunteer box. And seriously, thank you so much for spending your Friday night with me. I hope this isn't the last time I see you. This is just about to get really exciting. So thank you all. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I love you all.